So I've had the car now for about 2.5 weeks. I took delivery of this vehicle on June 30th. I was one of the 1,890 Model S and Model X's delivered by Tesla in the second quarter of 2021. And I just want to share my thoughts after having driven it now for the past 2.5 weeks. The most controversial topic that I hear from the comments on the first video that I posted on July 4th was this guy right here, the Yoke steering wheel. And a lot of people hate it. I have gotten used to it, and I think anybody can get used to it. If you think about it, it's almost like riding a mountain bike versus a road bike. You ride a mountain bike, you're used to one type of handlebar. You ride a road bike, it's a different handlebar. One is not better than the other. One is just designed differently, and you can get used to it. And I think most potential customers of Tesla or people who would be motivated to purchase this car, they are fully capable of getting used to this wheel. And the way you do it is you just learn to adjust the telescope of the wheel. So it's important to adjust the steering wheel. You press this button on the control panel. You can control the y-axis or the height by scrolling up or down. You can make it go further from your body or closer to your body based on this graphic here. And what I found works well for me, let's see here, if I put it on my settings, is I like it pretty low, and I like it fairly close to me, because when I'm turning the steering wheel and I'm in a parking lot, and we'll demo driving in a parking lot because that's where you're required to have the most turns. We'll pull out of the parking lot. Also, this I've enabled auto forward and reverse, so it senses what direction the car is supposed to go, and you have to have your seatbelt on, and you put your foot on the brake pedal, and it will put it in drive when it knows that you need to go and drive and go forward. So if you're turning, I use one hand generally to steer, and I'm pushing on the steering wheel forward and rotating. I don't really have to grab the wheel and do this cartwheel type clockwise and counterclockwise maneuver. Let's say I want to turn left. It's pretty easy. Let's park forward and park in reverse to demonstrate how I would do it. So let's say I'm in the parking lot at a local Rudy's and I want to turn in. It's pretty easy. I'm squared up. If I want to back out, put on the brake pedal. It did not detect which way to go, so I put it in reverse. And I'm going to back out. And I'm pushing forward, but I'm rotating at the same time. When I want to go forward, here we go. So I find it's very easy to get used to, and I like it. Would I prefer a round steering wheel? Probably not. So here we're just navigating out of the parking lot. And if you think about like a performance car, a Formula One car, they actually don't have a traditional steering wheel either. So this is always fun, trying to get on the highway when you give it the little juice. The car actually has a very faint whir to it. It's an electric whir, and it just motors. It just pulls. So getting on and off of the highway is good times. Let's say while driving, this is probably not the most comfortable position for me. This is okay. My elbows are both resting here, and this position is also good. Or just with one hand is good. Again, my elbows resting on the door here, or if I'm one-handed with my right hand, my elbows resting on the center console cushion. Sometimes when you want to turn, there is a notch here, and you can use that notch to rotate the yoke one way or another. Let's talk a little bit about how the car handles on the road. It definitely handles better than the Model S P100D that I had. That was a 2018 P100D. It handles better than my prior 2017 Panamera Turbo. It's very comfortable. It doesn't roll. I don't feel like when I'm taking a turn that the back end is gonna fishtail out. The ride is very comfortable. The seats in this 2021 Plaid are more comfortable than they were in the 2018 P100D Model S. I think it's more comfortable driving this car than my wife's 2019 Model X. Voice commands do come in handy, and I'll show you some of them, but you can open the glove box, you can adjust the temperature, you can make phone calls using voice commands. The turn signals I've gotten used to, it's a no-brainer. The top portion makes you turn right, the bottom portion makes you turn left. And during this video you'll see my hands on the steering wheel. It's very easy to hold here or hold here. I rest my elbows on one elbow. My left elbow is up against the door. My right elbow is on the center console cushion. And again, adjusting the telescope and the vertical, the y-axis of the steering wheel makes it very comfortable. I think the interior build quality is better in this 2021 Plaid than it was in my 2018 Model S. It's probably not as good as a new Mercedes or new Porsche or BMW, but it's close. The stereo definitely sounds better. There are 22 speakers in the car, and in my 2018 P100D, when I would have it on like level 8 or above in volume, the bass would lose sound quality. In this one it sounds unfazed and consistent. It doesn't seem to break down at the higher volume levels. So I'd say 2.5 weeks into having this car, I like it more and more. You have an initial euphoria when you get this car. You find out how fast it is and the newness of it all. It's kind of mesmerizing. But then, just like any good relationship, it kind of settles down and you kind of learn to appreciate the entirety of the car, and I think it works very, very well. And as a daily driver, I think anybody is going to love this car if they have it. Here's how we take a corner with one hand. I like the regenerative braking on this car more than I did on my 2018 Model S. So the regenerative braking on the 2018 car, it just seemed a little sticky and not smooth. This one is very smooth and I actually prefer it. I've looked for the option to turn it off, but I couldn't find it. So I think it by default sets to regenerative braking mode, but I really like the regenerative braking. It's actually helpful. It doesn't seem to interfere with the driving as much as it did on my 2018 Model S. So previously I showed you guys this center console charging port, nice little storage compartment with a cover and a cup holder. And that was last weekend. I have discovered that there is more to this storage than I initially realized. Number one, this goes all the way. So when you open it, it has 3 settings. Fully open, exposing the storage and the cup holder. Number 2, it stops, concealing the storage compartment, exposing the cup holder. If you push this forward and then let it go backward just a little bit and you nudge it, it closes all the way. So that's aesthetically pleasing. And then there's a hidden storage compartment that I didn't realize. You open it and you think, oh, that's very functional right there. And there's a nice little light right there, as you can see. You push this forward and backward, and you have a much larger storage compartment underneath, lit. And what do we have here? We have our 2 USB-C charging ports. And what do we have here? We have our cigarette lighter, 2 USB charging ports, and the cigarette lighter inside. Cup holder, sub storage, cover setting 1, cover setting 2. Nice. So this is kind of nice. You can charge your wireless earbuds, but the earbuds have to be positioned in a certain range. Outside of that range, it won't charge. Okay, there are actually 3 ways to open this car. Number 1, you can use your key fob and open it. And of course, you can press the front to open the frunk. You can press the back to open the rear compartment. If you walk away from the car, it will automatically lock and close. But there is a super cool feature on the Tesla app. It's called the phone key. And the phone key is available, interestingly, on my Plaid, but it is not available on my wife's Model X. So my wife's Model X, you can unlock the door, but you have to do it manually by pressing this button here. For the Plaid, the phone key automatically connects via Bluetooth to the car. So if I walk up to the car, just in proximity, and touch the door, it will open automatically. It will also allow me to drive the car. There's no key in the car or on my body, and you don't necessarily have to have the phone there. You can put it anywhere randomly and the car will start and drive normally. So that's an awesome feature, because that means that if I just have my phone, I can drive the car and have all the functions. I don't need to carry an actual key. So this is an interesting function. I don't have my key on me. I just have my cell phone with the Tesla app, and without the key card, as I walk up with my phone, the car will automatically open. And this is the third option, and it's not a credit card, but it's the same size as a credit card. This is a key card, and if you walk up to the car with this, it won't open. You have to apply this somewhere on this area here, and it will open the car for you. So let's say you don't have your phone, you don't have your key fob with you, but you have your wallet, and this is inside your wallet or your purse, then you're good to go. Will the car drive? I'm going to put my foot on the brake pedal. It drives normally. So I don't have my phone in the car or the key in the car. All I need is this, and I can drive the car normally. That's a pretty cool feature. The highest I've been able to get the range to charge is 348 miles. So somehow, no matter what I do, even if I go here all the way, it says charging to this level will take longer. But I have not been able to charge it to 390 miles for some reason, even though that is the published maximum range. If anybody knows why it's reaching a ceiling at 345 miles, please let me know in the comments. Again, I've moved this arrow all the way over as far as it'll go, left it charging overnight, and I can't get it to go to 390 miles. One other cool feature on the backup camera is you have these smaller views. I don't find them very useful. The center view is what I like. You have a little button up here. When you press it, it makes it a full screen, and this is the most useful view in my opinion for backing up. Press it again and you get all three views. So 2.5 weeks after taking ownership of this car, I love it even more than I did when I had that initial euphoria, taking it from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. I hope this video helps you appreciate some of the finer details of the engineering and the craftsmanship behind this beautiful car. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.